Live.
You could wait a couple of minutes because once they put it live there, a couple of, you'll see people start to log in.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, that if I start introducing ourselves and, what we're doing, whatever, yeah, nobody's there. Exactly.
You could wait a couple of minutes. Mute once YouTube. They put it live there, a couple of, you'll see people start to log in.
Oh, am I going to start here?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that's echo.
Start introducing ourselves.
Right click the top of the tab that you're on YouTube and then mute it. Wait a couple of minutes. Mute once YouTube. They put it live there, a couple of, you'll see people start to log in.
Oh, am I going to start here?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that's echo.
Start introducing ourselves.
Right click the top of the tab
Up here.
that you're on YouTube and then mute it. Wait a couple of minutes. Mute that one.
Cool.
Yes, exactly, Robert. It's delayed like 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah. All right, I see people starting to enter. What we're going to do here, I'm Dan Gibby here with Greg Capra from mastertrader.com. We're here in our green trading room. And what we like to do in our live trading room is our live green room. Where we educate, we scan, we give lessons, we're trading live together. And what we like to do very often, particularly on Fridays, is I like to scan the S&P 500, ranked from most up on the day to down. And we obviously have many scans. We use a software program called TC2000, which is what you're looking at right now. And that's set up where we can look for different setups on different time frames. But on Fridays, after 2:30 p.m., if the market's quiet, I know we have Trump here, might speak here, so we might get some volatility here in a few moments. But in the meantime, all right, Jaime is saying Trump's on. I'm watching the market on the other screens. We're just going to start from the top, what's most up on the day on the S&P 500, and we're going to look for compelling setups. If they're set up for an afternoon day trade, fine. If not, I'm going to put them in my interest list as possible trades for next week. So you see here, bottom left, S&P 500, DPZ, Domino's is up 4.48%. That's the most up of those 500 stocks. And all I'm going to do is scan and look for compelling setups. I have the daily chart on the bottom. I have the weekly on the upper right and the 15-minute on the upper left. And we are technical pattern traders at Master Trader. So as long as we have a compelling pattern on multiple time frames, of course, we look at the bias on the broader markets and the market internals. And our market internals actually 2 days ago gave us a bearish extreme reading, which means danger on the long side. But we're just going to scan. Let's see what the charts come up with. And I'm going to make some comments here. I scan really, really fast.
Don't go that fast, Dan.
What?
Don't go that fast. You'll hurt their eyes.
Okay. All right. So Trump talking. Well, let me go to spiders right now. So 15-minute chart. Trump talking here. Now we have and you're going to hear Greg and me talk about what we teach, which is all the concepts that make up the master trader strategies and looking for these compelling patterns. So right now on the daily chart, we had a little breakout failure yesterday. And right here, folks, right here at 3:30 p.m. yesterday is when we started putting on some day trade shorts and tightening our stops. We had all longs, believe it or not. And already just this week, a shortened week, three trading days, we've booked 16 of 18 winning trades. And we got light inventory right now. But that's the signal where we were doing that. Now 100% retracement, doing absolutely nothing with the spiders right now, but let's continue with our scanning, and you're going to see how we scan, how our eye is looking for these compelling patterns, and then I will make commentary when I see something nice, or Greg will also. So DPZ daily chart here again, ugly red bar was a breakdown. It closed. It closed under major support. No follow through. That's one of our concepts. Red bar, still no pattern. Today, in a weak market, this thing is up 4% and it negated this red bar. It has a bullish weekly. This is in an uptrend, kind of in a trading range, bottoming tail. It looks great. Now, I don't know if I'll do a stock or option trade or whatever it is. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but I am putting it in my interest list as a possible long on Monday. Yeah, and we love selling credit spreads. So what Jake in our green trading room is asking me right now, is it a candidate for selling a put spread? US terminating who relationship? Okay. Yeah, we obviously have our live trading room that you can't see. So if you hear me responding to our subscribers, I'm answering their questions. And Jake is asking me, is this a candidate to sell at put spread? Now what that means is we find a compelling pattern, we see major support, and we want to sell a put under support, buy a further out of the money put, and we have a checklist to make sure that they're liquid, good premium, days to expiration. I'm not going to go through that whole check. Hey, who gave me this trade? We shorted Bravo Juliet as a day trade. I'll come back to DPZ, but I just looked at my little thumbnail and we're up. I'm up $450 here in 10 minutes. So this was, it's a bullish daily chart, but you have multiple red bars with topping tails. This is my 15-minute chart. There is support to the left. This is another concept of ours. And this is a descending triangle all day long. See, today's the 29th. You see the date right here. So all day long, it's consolidating in the lower part of yesterday's little waterfall into the close. So that suggests, I said exactly, I think it was Jason who gave this to me. I said that suggests that it's going to go through this prior low. This is what we call bearish consolidation. This is what we call a minor 1, 2, 3. You had red bar, inside bar, red bar, lower low, lower high bar. That's where we hit this thing. Short. All right, and it's just a day trade. Somebody else in the trading room said, hey, Dan, but I thought you taught me don't short into this. This is a power bar. Bravo Juliet, this is a bullish gap, bullish wide range igniting. And I said, it's not a swing trade. It's a little day trade short to me. So that's it. All right, so DPZ, I think we're done with that one. It's bullish all 3 time frames. So that's multiple time frames in alignment. And Jake, I'm not taking the time to go through my credit spread checklist, but absolutely, it is a candidate to go through your checklist. All right, sorry for the long start on that. I got conflicting time frames all over the place here. It's up 3 bars at resistance, so I have no desire for a swing trade. But look at this beautiful, beautiful breakout on the 15-minute chart. It's up on the day. It's above yesterday's close. This little bottoming tail right here this is a 15-minute chart. That's what we call a downside shakeout on a 5-minute chart. And it's breaking out as the market is in a little pissy mood here. This is on its own. That is a beautiful day trade breakout. But your entry would have been right there over 21.52. And then you'd just be in your trade management mode. Okay, so Dollar General, this was on our list to sell a put spread yesterday, but you can see with the wide range bar, it was just bobbling around, and I didn't do anything with it. But I already have this on my list as a put spread candidate for next week. It's weekly to all-time highs. It looks great. All right, so now this one, ANET, bullish consolidation at resistance. At resistance. The weekly is breaking out. If this on Monday can take out today's high, we got something to work with. That's going on my list. Continuing. Now I'm going to, speed it up here a little bit. Hey, I can tell this is an IPO car. It's a gap reversal. If this can go sideways for a couple more days and then break out, then I like it. I like today's gap reversal. That was a nice gap breakout yesterday, ALXN, and the weekly looks higher. And when you get experience over, and I go so fast that I'm like, whoa, slow down. REGN, it's a 1, 2, 3, but the concept of ours called price void. There's a wall of resistance right there, so I don't like it as a directional trade. But this was what we call a downside shakeout. It broke support and snapped right back. So Jake, this is a candidate for a put spread. This one's breaking out, AWK. This is a candidate not only for a directional on Monday, but a put spread under the week's low, under this bottoming tail. Futures are bouncing all over the place here. This was a bear 1, 2, 3 right there. A bear 1, 2, 3 is a wide range bar and a bearish inside bar. It would be a day trade if it were to trade under the week's low, but not a real big price void. This one's, look at this thing, ODAFL. We had this in our advisory letter, our swing advisory letter last weekend to buy this stock over this high. It was consolidating at resistance, all-time highs, relative strength to the IYT ETF, and the gap messed it up. So that's what kept us out of it. Wow, the futures are, they're all over the place. All over the place. Alrighty. So it still looks higher. It's just the gap messed up my ideal entry, but look, it's been going sideways. It's to all-time highs. It looks higher. This I like. All-time highs. This is a bull 1, 2, 3. Wide range bar, inside bar. This is a beautiful, what I call directional trade. And put spread candidate, Jake. Check it out. CDNS. That's going on the list. That looks fantastic. CDNS. Say this one's breaking out, but you got a wall of resistance on Xilinx. There, that ain't bad. SIBO. Target maybe the 200, which is an alignment here with this breakdown, and put spread candidate. That's going on the list. SIBO. That already broke out, but it's up 5 bars. So, and the weekly's at resistance. So if you were long, I'd just be trailing, nothing to do with it. This one's breaking out, ROP, but there's no price void. You look to the left on the daily and weekly at resistance. This one, IQV, could break out. That has room. That has a little room. See on the weekly chart? The weekly chart here, it might go up to this area. Jason is asking about Resi. And Resi. Yeah, it looks great. Looks great, and here's why. This was consolidation at resistance. It broke out the red bar. Greg, our credits are in danger. All right, Jake's talking to Greg. Our
Hello, 3070 is pretty far away. It's at futures are at resistance. Let's see how much they back off.
so yesterday was a red bar, today, and now it's a bullish engulfing bar with a price void. A price void means look to the left, and is there significant resistance to the left? This is what we call a fluid move down, and a big base building, you know, support. That's what charts are. This is support. It couldn't go down any lower. Buyers said, I'll take it at these prices. And Monday over today's high, yeah, Monday over today's high looks higher for little resi. All right, this looks great. ICE, I already wrote down SIBO. So now ICE is the same sector. So that looks great. Looks great. ICE and SIBO. I like looking at the cousins. Here's NDAC, NASDAQ. And NDAC has been stronger, but it's at resistance. So I don't care for that one. For a new trade opportunity, I like SIBO and ICE better. SPGI, wow. Yeah, this looks fantastic. And on TC2000, it also shows me earnings, so 8.6, and it shows me the sector, then the financial services sector. And financial services have been dogging it, right? Have been dogging it. And this thing's at all-time highs. This looks fantastic. Monday for a directional and a put spread under the week low. That's going on the list. Three bars up, too late. ANSS, not bad, not bad. It's a breakout on the daily and weekly. See the daily breakout? Look at this weekly breakout. And it has room to go higher, you know, up in here somewhere. It looks great. The only thing I don't like is it's up 3 bars, but it looks good. Leaving the Who. McGraw, why are you talking about concerts? Yeah, market moving here. Let's go back to the spiders. Here's the shake and bake on news, which you know is normal. But the weekly looks higher. It's crazy. Even with our bearish extreme, the weekly chart looks higher. It was a gap breakout, bottoming tail. We have less than an hour to go to today's close. And if we close here, it's above the week's open, bottoming tail, price, it's crazy. I personally have no clue what's making it do it, but I'm not a fundamental trader. And it looks higher. Back to my list here. Not bad. It's kind of a sloppy retracement to support. Texan, maybe a put spread candidate over the highs. Home Depot. I've had Home Depot on my list ever since this bar right here, 424. NDAC, we already talked about. ABMD. This was in last week's letter also. To over this bar's high to sell out of the money put spread. Beautiful close over multi-week consolidation. Cisco, you know, looks higher, but it looks like a slow mover. This is in a trading range, absolutely nothing to do with VeriSign, none. There's no pattern there. It's in a trading range. Fast, all time, you know, when something is up a couple bars, we look for a continuation pattern. In this red bar suggested lower prices. And then here on the weekly also suggested a pullback. But now that that's negated, that actually is our continuation pattern. Fast, that's going on the list. That looks great, both as a directional and put spread. Zeke is asking about CERN. Yeah, that's a reverse heading shoulders. Absolutely, Zeke. You got left shoulder, you got head, you got deep retracement into resistance going sideways, and it's breaking the neckline. Yeah. The only thing I would like better, Zeke, is if it had a bigger price void. So it looks good. It's been consolidating for 3 weeks or so. Could it go through that high? Sure, but that's definitely first target. But not bad. Orly could be a put spread. MKC, big rounding bottom in an uptrend. That could be a put spread candidate. I'll put that on the list and I'll check it out over the weekend, go through my checklist. Jason, CNTY. What I don't like, I like the 15-minute chart for a little day trade. What I don't like on the daily is yesterday's topping tail. That's what I don't like, is the topping tail. If it didn't have that topping tail, if today were an engulfing bar, I would love it. Same with this. See the topping tail yesterday on phase C? A topping tail on an intraday time frame, it was an upside shakeout. It got slammed by sellers. This is not bad, STE, although it's getting close to its destination. Destination meaning resistance. These are all just trading ranges, doing nothing. Dead money. What about re-entering KSS? There's absolutely no pattern on the daily. This is what I call swimming upstream. CSS, you know, had a bearish, you're trading a little bounce off of support, which is fine, but it's yeah, I mean, it's a mess. I'd rather something basing at the high, showing relative strength, like Zulu Sierra, right? Look at Zulu Sierra. We gave this one long right here this morning, right here over this bar, I think, 93.25. Look at that. If you took that trade and whatever time frame you were managing it, but you know, it's up almost $3. That is incredible strength on all time frames. All 3 time frames are in alignment. This is what we call a pro gap. It's igniting a new move from sideways trend to uptrend. You had very little tail, which means buyers stepped right up regardless of the big gap. And look, this is a picture perfect sign of strength. There's not 2 red bars in, well, actually there's 2 small ones, but it's in the upper 90, 80, 90% of the day's range. Red bars ignored. you know, it's above the 20. I mean, this thing is still amazingly strong. It's 3:11 p.m. Eastern. This is still, if the market decides to get in a good mood into the close, this still could make another run into the close. That's incredible strength. Ali, Zeke, Ali. Target, you're saying 99? No, your entry on Ali? No. This is a beautiful 1, 2, 3 continuation right there. It gapped down, closed with an engulfing bar at resistance, inside bar in the upper third, and then it broke out. That's, you know, that's what we call no-brainer setups. You see the setup and you just hit the mouse and you manage in between. But no, it's too extended now. It gapped up. Doji bar. Ivan, Tesla, 15-minute chart. The daily's in an incredibly tight trading range, doing nothing. But the 15-minute, you know, it had this bottoming tail on the 15, which is a downside shakeout, and it is breaking out on the 15. I would like it better, Ivan, if it had a bigger price void. And also the market from the little Trump talks, you know, might get it be a little extended. So I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. All right. So now I missed where we're scanning. We'll just pick up here. Doesn't matter where. Here's a breakout APD. APD. Not a huge target. You can look at the weekly, but target might be somewhere near the top of this wide range breakdown bar. So that's going on the list. Might do a put spread. So my eye is staring at the daily. That's what I look at first. No compelling pattern on the daily. I'm just hitting the down button to go to the next one. If I do like something, then I'll look at multiple time frames. You know, since we are focusing on most up on the day, let's actually drop to what's worse on the day and see if we can grab some short ideas for Monday. There's a breakdown, DXC. I think that had earnings, so that's a gap breakdown. It's a bearish daily, bearish weekly. 15's neutral, it's holding the day's low. If it looks lower. Greg, if you see anything you want to add, jump, you know, Xerox.
Doing a good job, Dan.
Oh, thanks. You know, this looks lower, but I don't like this prior low here. So that's I'm not going to even mess with it. There you go. See how Oxy does not have prior support? See this? Bearish weekly. It did not rally with the oil sector. That's going on the list for a short under 2 days low next week. Oxy. Jake's asking about Lulu put spread. It's extended, but Jake, incredibly strong. I like this red bar ignored. I like this bottoming tail ignored. It's at all-time highs. If you go through your checklist that we teach, if you can get a liquid put spread with good juice under this tail, today's Friday, so Wednesday's low, then maybe. So go through your checklist and tell me what you got, and I'll tell you if I like it. So I'm looking now for bearish patterns. Oxy's been the best one so far. I see none of these interest me, folks, because they're in a sideways trend with no price void. Oxy had a price void to the downside. Jeffrey, we already, oh, did we? No, we did not leg into a condor on AMD. We did the other two. We have a condor on Boeing, and we have a condor on Hess. Let me look. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm not finding more bearish setups here. We might have to look at some other scans, like negative gaps. Yeah, maybe let's do that actually. Jeffrey, AMD. Let's wait till Monday. Let's wait till Monday, Jeffrey. Boeing, we legged into a condor. Hess, we legged into a condor. And so, folks, we sold a put spread on this. We sold the $46, $44, and so now it's 48 bucks. So that's going to expire worthless. And it's not a directional. When we find just support or resistance, we sell put spreads. Chris on YouTube's asking about KSS trade on the weekly. No, our KSS trade was a directional, so that's why it's not in the weekly options trader. And we actually stopped out yesterday. That was our, well, we had a minor loss on DRI because we sold some at the gap up yesterday, which made it a flesh wound. But KSS was, we hit our stop. So that's why it's not in the weekly. Work, the YouTube's asking me, looks fantastic. I love it. So daily here, in a trading range, red bar, ignored. When I say ignored, what that means is using bar by bar analysis, we look at what the message is. The message is for the red bar, and it didn't go lower. It had an inside bar, and then it snapped back up to resistance, went sideways. This bottoming tail at the low of the day, was ugly. Snapped right back. The next day, higher high, higher low. Today, gap up. This thing's at the high of the day with the market in a, crazy mood right now. Looks fantastic. That's going on the list. Thank you. Khaled, where do the directional trades go? Khaled, we have three advisory letters. We have the swing and options trader, which is what KSS was in. We have a weekly options trader, and which sells credit spreads 10 days or less. And then we have an ETF investment trader. We have separate channels of Telegram for each one, and we have separate open and close spreadsheets for each one. So when you're asking me where do the directional trades go, they go to the swing and options trader spreadsheet. That was the answer. Netflix hold 410 may move big next week. Yeah, I like Netflix for a put spread over yesterday's high, and the put spread would be under the Wednesday, the week's low. But I would not touch this unless it got over yesterday's high. All right, spiders, perking a little bit on the 15-minute chart. And I said, if we close here, the weekly looks higher. Starbucks. You could, I think I'm going to wait also, Emmanuel, till Monday on that one. you know, it came out of the base, but you know, resistance is way up here. So I think we'll wait at the weekend. All right, we'll just continue scanning from here. It doesn't matter. Aflac, nothing. So my eye is on the bottom chart. Bottom chart. Alex looks like he's day trading Tesla. All right, so let's actually look at some of our other scans. So this is a scan called red bearish wide range bar on the daily. So that's going to show ugly red bars, and then we go through them and see if we have a compelling setup. That would be a call spread candidate if you went through the checklist. This would be a call spread candidate over yesterday's high. You got a nice breakout failure here. So on this chart, this is daily, weekly, monthly. This was a breakout failure at the high. So it's therapeutics, so you got to be careful. Make sure we don't trade bios. But if you could get a call spread over yesterday's high, and it's not a bio, then that looks good. So, okay, back to loop. Well, here I got two more. Let me finish. All right, nothing interesting there. Ganga, Lulu. So the 272. So 272 is a little tighter than that, but that's okay. You can find an intraday stop. 272, 265. See, that's only 43 cents. Ganga, you're wanting to do a $7.50 wide. And my rule of thumb is I want 10%, you know, for a week's worth of risk. I would take 43 if it were 1 day of risk, Ganga. But 7 days of risk, weekend, nah, not for me. And it's still far from the 20, so it's not a no-brainer. I think I'd rather just day trade Lulu. Isn't it incredible? Lulu, they're selling athletic clothing. Why did this thing go from 130 to 297 in 2 months? Don't ask me. I can't explain it. I have no idea. But that is a crazy move. Bullish. Yeah, no, gang, I appreciate you looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just giving you my answer, right? Sooner or later, it will break like goose. Talking about goose, that's a call spread candidate. There you go. Let's see, a call spread to us is, we go through the checklist, of course, but the high of the bar is 2152. So we go to the trade table and we see if we can sell a call option anywhere above 2152 if they're liquid and we like the juice for the days to expiration. And we say, I'll take that bet. I don't think this ugly red bar is going to be negated in the next 7 days. Could it? Absolutely, it could. But we're odds traders, and the odds suggest that it's not. So that would be a candidate for a call spread. Siri, W bottom. It's not a W bottom. It's a retest of support because you don't have your momentum move down for W bottom. This one's closer to a double bottom over here because here you got your momentum move, but you got overlapping bars and so forth. You don't have a big price void. So I'm not crazy about that one, Jason. All right, what else you got for me? So we love 180. I love 180 reversals. Wow, there's no bearish 180 reversals. The fact that there's this many bullish 180 reversals is telling me that the bulls have still been buying weakness. So that's a WRB scan here. There's our Zulu Sierra, see at the top of the list. Wow, a Zynga. Wow, one of you mentioned that this morning to me in the green room, I remember. There, see how I had to come back? I flipped back, trade webs, all-time highs. Look, sideways, bottoming tail, that's going on the list. Tango whiskey, that looks great. I mean, this one's strong, but it's too extended. Oh, that's our same Lulu. That's Lulu. But trade webs looks good. This is Splunk, all-time highs, bullish consolidation over time. If you can get a put spread under Wednesday's low, that looks good. Synops, all-time highs, but it's up 3 bars. Is this a good time to short Zynga? I would have to look at intraday timeframes, but I would say no, based on the daily. No, 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 no. Do you like when I say something 4 times in a row? This looks like a day trade long right now. Look, that's a wide range igniting to all-time highs. Look at this 15-minute chart. That you can put in your scrapbook. For those of you who still have scrapbooks like McGraw, that is an incredibly bullish 15-minute chart. Wow. No, we only fade strength if it's extended and we have a bearish intraday. That there's nothing bearish about that at all. That's amazing. That if you can get a put spread under today's low, I would call that a no-brainer. Greg, you haven't been talking. Let me ask you a question to make you talk. What do you think the odds are of today's bar holding by next Friday? All right, he doesn't want to play. So Alex, you tell me. Emmanuel says 89. I would say, I mean, Greg likes using the term 100% and I don't, but I would say 98%. I mean, that is amazingly bullish bar for that. I think you all would write yourself a note and we'll come look at it next Friday. That's what we like selling puts on. So I go down my checklist now. Zynga. See what the premium is for next Friday. $8 puts are only 4 cents. So there's no, I call that juice. There's no juice. But it's a beautiful setup for a put spread and a day trade. I said if the market wants to keep rallying, this looks like a day trade. This one in Zulu Sierra. This one looks better though. The entry would have been right over this bar, over 895. Because no follow through to the red bar, bottoming tail. You're not a big fan? Well, I don't think we're fans of anything. We're fans of compelling patterns. Said G, McGraw, or I'm sorry, Jeffrey McGraw, possible breakout Monday.
Zynga as a company stinks.
Oh,
But that stock, I mean, what do I do with it now? I'm not in it. You know, I can't get in it.
right. The only thing I mentioned is put spread, but there's no juice or, you know, day trade. I mean, day trade over 895 right there. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's a beautiful 15. And back to said G. I don't like the topping tail yesterday. And I also don't like the weekly being up 2 months at resistance. So I think we can find better. FT trader Logi. It's bullish all time frames. You can't deny that. It's in an uptrend on the daily. It's up 3 bars. It's extended on the weekly. The monthly's an igniting breakout. It's strong, but there's no logical place to put your stop is the problem, other than the week's low. And then, you know, I keep it on your list, but I'd much rather a pullback and consolidation. Right now you're chasing. QURE for Jason. It's not bad, but I don't, unless they're consolidating more to diminish the bearishness of a tail. If the tail is close, then I'm not crazy about it. See you, Fabio. Have a good weekend. All right, let me look at some gap trades, and then maybe we'll say goodbye to YouTube. So if YouTube has any questions on anything, shoot them at me. Now I love this one, particularly in the morning. These are gap up with volume. This is where we find a ton of great trades for day or swing trading. So there's back to Zulu Sierra again. Wow, that's been on a tear. MRSN. There you go. Crowd. That looks higher. Maybe a put spread on crowd. There. Red bar ignored, but you're at resistance here. Alpha Golf. See you, Debbie. Debbie, are you going to see your boyfriend, the Terminator? There's work. Okay, we already wrote down work. Work looks good. There you go. Here's Vive, all-time highs, gap breakout. Now it's up 3 bars, but I'm going to put this on the list for a pullback or some other type of entry, but that's bullish all time frames. Looking for sharks in the ocean. Clow, C-L-O-U. Clow. It's at resistance, but it's near all-time highs. Oh, that's the ETF. Oh, Clow. Look at that, Greg. We got to add that to our list. I'm doing it right now. Wow, that's strong. Cloud, C-L-O-U for cloud computing. Nice. Sky. I thought Sky was a vaca, Emmanuel. All right, so these is where I left off on the bullish gaps. Now say that even though that's a bullish gap, there's no price void. So you might have got a day trade long, and it's at the high of the day right now. But I would never do that because it's a wall of resistance. Even if it works, that's fine. But I'd rather find something with a higher odds. Yeah, Greg, I don't remember hack being in your list. Is it cybersecurity? Yes. It is. All right. That's a very hot sector, hack. Cybersecurity for obvious reasons. So you can tell if there's 5 times more gap downs over 1% with volume over gap ups, that tells you what the market open was like. You know, that doesn't take a brain surgeon, right? CGC, this is what we call a shock pattern, gapping under a big wide range bar, but there's no compelling pattern because it's on support. That's the one we set a call spread maybe. There, that was a bearish gap for a day trade. All right, well, I think we scanned enough here. Just show our process. Damien, Mr. Big over today's high. Mr. Big. No is the answer for me. And the reason is, look how extended it is, Damien. Look, your no-brainer entry was here on May 15th. Now, look how the range is expanding, and you got bigger range, you got tails, it's under the open. It had a bullish gap this morning. It's extended on the weekly. Nah, I wouldn't touch that thing for a swing. SPY on the 15. Yeah, it's 3:38 Eastern. I believe we're just going to slop into the close. Is my answer. Damien, dunking, DKNG. Damien, it is very strong. It's very strong. But you have to, when we talk about trading plan and our approach, everything starts with a compelling pattern. And then we have the other concepts that we combine to make up the master trader approach. And tell me, Damien, so like in almost every single MT live, I show you a picture of some candlesticks and we call them bullish money patterns. Those are a sampling of our bullish patterns, right? So if you do not have a bullish pattern, then I don't want to hear about it. So can you tell me in your trading plan, what is the name of this bullish pattern on the daily? Give me a name. What do you want to call it? Because your trading plan should have pictures of the trades you shall take. And that's the trading plan that maps out your pattern. It maps out how you're going to trade and manage things. Right? 1, 2, 3. I do not buy stocks up 5 bars in a row far from the 20. It's just a veto. Mona Lisa veto. It ain't my trade. Let somebody else have it. Now, if you said on an intraday pattern, then that's a different story. Sure, intraday we can do all kinds of things. Hey, Damien, email me, and I will send you a sample. Wow, look at Daku. I will send you look at Daku here on the 15-minute busting out. That's been incredibly strong. I will send you a sample trading plan that, I forget his name, somebody in the green trading room did it, and actually we gave him the microphone, and he did a nice little 30-minute. Fabio, and he did a 30-minute presentation on his trading plan, how he made it, what the components are, and yeah, I'm all for templates, and I'll email it to you. IQV for Jason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it. That's going on the long list. I think we talked about this one earlier in my scans. You know, target maybe at the top of this breakdown bar. But sure, IQV is going on the list. And WCN. Yeah, yeah, that looks great. That is a bull 1, 2, 3 continuation. We had, see the bottoming tail here on Wednesday? It was a little downside shakeout. It's in a trading range. It hasn't broken out yet. Yesterday had a wide range bar that closed strong. Today an inside bar. And all of this trading range is right here at this, where it failed, where it gapped down in March. So this sideways consolidation is very constructive. So if it does break out, it suggests that it's going to go deeper into resistance. Sure, that's going on the list. Yeah, that I'll put that in the letter as a directional. It looks good. It looks good. Yeah, Zeke, you got to email me and I'll send it. Yeah, so anyway, I think we're just going to slop around here into the close myself. So any of you who live near a beach, like Debbie and me and Greg and McGraw, then you might feel free to shut down your computer, get a cold one, go walk on the beach. All right, you too. I'm gonna shut you down now. Any questions? I hope you found that helpful, but this is what we do all the time in the green trading room. We start 9 a.m. with pre-market prep. We have a bias. We look at gap trades. We look at open trades. We day trade. We sell credit spreads. We manage our swing trades. We have fun. We scan. We answer questions. All that stuff. That's what the green trading room is all about. Yeah. So yeah, Chris. So Chris, just email me. Yeah, about the link to KSS. Yeah, some people were correct. KS. Yeah. So yeah, just hey Hermano, I just saw your name. Hey Hermano, what are you doing in Germany? Hermano is hey Greg, you'll remember this. Do you remember when I went to Santiago, Chile? When I was working with you a long time ago?
Not really, when you go to a lot of places.
No, but we did a private mentorship. It was for Hermano, father-son team. And I went to Santiago and
Oh, you went. You went.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
Right. Oh, Hermano's saying it's from Germany. Argentina. Okay, then you're a different Hermano. Okay. All right, never mind. But yeah, there's a Hermano that pops in and says hello every now and then, but he's from Santiago, Chile. And I went down there for 10 days. All right. Ganga, how would you trade SPX on the 5-minute chart from now until the close? Well, you know the answer to that, right? If Debbie were here, she would tell you. It would be, you got a compelling pattern. And it's actually bullish consolidation on the 5-minute chart right there. And then you'd go up one time frame to make sure that it's an agreement, right? So you'd go up to the 15. It's sloppy. But if it were to break out, it could go. And then you could drop down to a smaller time frame for your entry if you were so inclined. And there's a mess. It's bullish consolidation in the upper part of this move. So if you were to trade it for a little scalp, it has to break out. So then the next question is, okay, well, where do you define the breakout? Is it over this pivot high, or would you want to get in a little bit, start nibbling on this one? I wouldn't. I would say, if you were so inclined, I'm just answering your question. I'm surely not doing it. I'm not scalping here. 3:45 p.m. But I'm answering your question. It would have to be a breakout. Zeke, Dan at mastertrader.com. We keep it simple. Look at Zulu Sierra. That's been, I think I said back here at 96 bucks that it looked like a scalp. Look at that. That thing does not want to fall. The odds of this, unless the market gap's down, this looks higher Monday. Am I suggesting to buy and hold? No, I wouldn't. All I'm doing is saying every one of these time frames suggest higher prices. Every one of these. Daily, weekly, monthly, 15th, they all look higher. This stock would not fall today. See you, Tanya. Yeah, the cues here getting up to the breakdown area. We're done. I do not recommend taking any trades here, folks, into the close. Do not recommend it. I recommend you shut down your computer and get that frosty one out that we talked about and go enjoy your afternoon. So on that note, I'm going to stop YouTube. Last chance for any questions. See ya, Ivan. All right, Greg, anything else? YouTube before I hit the off button?
No, have a great weekend. Market's just chopping around here. Good scan, Dan.
All right, cool. Thanks. Yeah, that was fun. Last week, just so YouTubers know, I scanned really, really fast. Here, let me actually show you. I can go through 500 stocks in 30 minutes. This is how I scan. And then I have to, whoa, let me take another look at that one. And all that is just a function of experience. See, I had to come back to car. We already looked at it. It's just a function of your eye looking for patterns. And I've been doing this. Look, I had to come back to that one. That looks higher over the red bar. But yeah, we purposely went slow here so you could hear us digest. And so what we do for our subscribers in our 3 letters, this is what we do. This is our homework. We apply what we teach to look for opportunity, top-down approach, broader market bias, market internals. We look at sectors. We look at scans. We find a sector we like, and then we go look at all the components in it. And then our subscribers get the byproduct of our homework. We're giving them the best that we found. But our seminars teach you how to do it yourself. And you know, people have different goals. Do you want to learn to fish, or do you just want us to deliver you nice fillets? Look, I'm shocked. Just in me talking, I think I've gone through 100, And I haven't seen a single, well, there, that's not bad, cuz CUZ. Over the highs, that looks higher. So however many I just scanned, not a whole lot. So that's also the market's way of telling us that the bulls and bears are not in perfect alignment. How about a Vulcan mind meld? Whatever the heck a Vulcan mind meld is, sure, it sounds good. Sounds like a drink. Sounds like a drink or maybe a new flavor of ice cream at Dunkin' Donuts. Not Dunkin' Donuts, at Ben and Jerry's. Hey, talking about Ben and Jerry's, see now, whoever asked me about what to trade with the spiders, look, 5-minute chart, look, it's breaking out. There you go. So I said you could buy the breakout. But I saw on the TV either today or yesterday, that Ben and Jerry's came up with a new flavor named after space. Something to do with space. They have a new ice cream. Oh, you gotta be a Trekkie. All right. Yeah, my Trekkie, you know what my Trekkie is, Steve? The Jetsons. As a kid, I like the Jetsons. Yeah, I like the cute little daughter. I think Jane was the mother, but I had a crush on the little daughter. I think just like Gilligan's Island, I liked Mary Ann. That's who I liked. And I liked I Dream of Jeannie. Okay, enough of that. You get the picture. Bulls look like they want to drive the market higher.